Hello, hello. Do you hear me? Hello? Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Oh, finally. Great. Sorry, with technology, so it's a little bit complicated, I see. So, just let's see that everything goes well right now. So, right now I share my screen with the presentation. Can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. And everyone could see this, right?
Yes. Actually, welcome, Yulia, with a lot of mighty of applause. So the floor is all yours, Yulia. Please, you can start with introductions and then take it over. I'll mute for now so that you can flow, but people will be able to ask questions later.
Okay.
That's fine?
Yes, thank you. Just in case if something from technical part goes wrong, I don't know, sharing the screen or the voice, just let me know, interrupt me and let me know, okay? Because I can't see if everything is good, so just in case, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, so Jampa everyone, habari zenu? I hope I pronounced it on the right way in your native language. I'm so glad to be present, at least virtually, with you. I hope everything from technical side will be smoothly and you really enjoy this presentation. Before we dive in, let's try at least virtually to play this quick game. I can't see, unfortunately, you, so just probably Michael could let me know if there any and people you could raise your hand now, and if you ever had a team member that suddenly say, oh, by the way, I'm going on leave next week, right in the middle of crucial project phase. If anyone has this experience, could raise your hand, please. And Michael probably let me know if there are many people who has this problem.
Please repeat the question once more.
Yeah. So if you ever had team members that suddenly say, "Oh, by the way, I'm going on leave next week," just right in the middle of a very crucial project phase.
Anyone who lives in the middle of the project, we have one there, two guys, two people in the room have raised up their hand.
Okay, so at least two of visitors are experienced project managers and share this pain. But for sure, I will it will be useful and save the precious hours, not for only two people, but for others as well. So let's continue our presentation. My name is Julia Husha. I'm marketing manager in Activity Timeline. We're a Platinum Marketplace partner. And today I will share with you how detecting capacity constraint in project planning using Jira Plans and Activity Timeline. So the first, I also have one more question. Sorry, I just didn't know how it will be interaction with the people with virtual events. So it's more complicated than just usually with Zoom or Google. So probably Michael, in this case, do you know what is Jira Plans? Formerly it was Advanced Roadmaps. Can you probably share with the audience if they know what is Jira Plans? If no, I could share. Michael? Can you hear
What was
me?
the question?
The question is,
Yes, we can hear you.
do you see my screen right now with the presentation?
Yes,
Yeah, so the
yes, we
question
can
was,
see this.
the question on the slide.
So who knows what Jira Plans is? That's the
Yes.
question.
Yes, yes.
No one.
Okay, okay. No worries. I will explain it. So, if you ever use Jira, you know they have different additional plugins, etc. But some of them free, but just for Jira Premium users and Jira Enterprise users. So in this case, Jira Plans is free just for this type of users. So if you have like standard Jira, you can't use Jira Plans. So, how it looks like. Before it was the name was Advanced Roadmaps, and um, right now it's just the name Jira Plans. So it's one of part of Jira for capacity planning and tracking the teams inside of Jira with their task, what is in progress, start date, due date, and the interface of Jira Plans look like this. Uh, because how it looks like in plan when you start to plan something with your team, it's it seems like it seems like this kind of board, and you could use it for small teams. It's usable. I use it in my previous job like this. So we were a small team, so it's possible to use it, and it and enjoy this app even like without additional plugins. But the problem if you have not a small team like and you have multiple projects in your team, the reality of this planning in Jira Plans looks like this. So this kind of meme could show you that yes, it's like how does it look in reality? This is fine, but just uh, look at the overload of these people and the team and like separate individuals. They really overload because it's not suitable for unfortunately for big companies or for businesses or people who have multiple teams in their companies. So it's messed up a lot, and you can't have a like normal planning with your teams. So like they have some kind of solution in Jira Plans. Here you could see on the slide they could divide it into sprints, and with the sprints you could see that it's kind of normal workload, it's not overload, etc. But still not all teams prefer the sprint options, so it's also kind of useful just in some particular cases, some particular teams. So let's talk about real solutions for real problems. So if you don't want to have these problems like with and have real time capacity tracking for your team members, we could offer you activity timeline plugin. It's in um, I know that in Kenya you have this word like Harambe, pulling together. So that's exactly what activity timeline does with your Jira data. So it's bring all your Jira boards and projects into one unified view. So you could see all your projects, all your teams at a glance. Let's dive more. Let's dive more deep in this. So here is interface of activity timeline. In activity timeline, you could switch between different. We have 4 modules, but today I'll just share with you about planner because we have a topic about capacity planning and how we could combine Jira plans and activity timeline to have better capacity planning. So that's why today I will show you just this plugin. But just in case, during the QA session, I will answer to other questions and could show the other modules as well. So, how it looks in reality. Activity timeline fully synchronized with Jira. So everything that you made in Jira will appear on our timeline here. So, for example, you create a task security form, for example, in Jira, and voila, right now it's in activity timeline. And vice versa, if you created an activity timeline, it will be in Jira. So here you see the tasks that synchronized from Jira. And here you could choose between users, so you could see the user's name and their workload, or click here and choose teams, and you will see the name of the teams, like developers, designers, etc., and their workload. It's very good for balance workload, because here you see if it's like red colors, it's the teams or the colleagues are overload. Green one is the best option, and yellow one they're not overload, so they don't work too much. Or to say, they'll tell the truth. As well as like we add some other options that other features that then you don't have in Jira. For example, like multiple assignee tasks, you can't have it in Jira, but here you could just drag and drop and split the task between two users or between a few teams. It depends on your desire. As well as very interesting, I really like this feature. It's about custom events and bookings. So here in activity timeline, we are good with holiday management. So you could create different types of holidays. For example, like here you see Independence Day, Columbus Day, etc. And if your team work in the same country or different countries, you just need to choose the country of these colleagues, and all national holidays will appear on their timeline. As well as you could add holidays, sick leaves, some business trips, and it will be also you could also view it on the workload, so they didn't miss their job, they just had a holiday, a business trip, or something else, like you see here with Kate Lee. Independence Day, voila, 15 hours, this person will be out. So, as well as comprehensive time of management. So, for example, if you have some activities that you do from time to time, and you just need to you don't have a task, but you need to book your time for this, and like, okay, right now I need to fix this bug, and it takes me this period of time. Please don't touch me. You could also use this kind of feature like like booking. Yeah, and here you will see like how many hours per day it takes. So what are the benefits of integration of activity timeline and Jira plans? As I mentioned, is bidirectional synchronization. So if you use Jira and you need some quick solutions for your projects to have a proper capacity planning, Jira plans could synchronize with activity timeline. If you don't have Jira plans, you have just standard Jira, it's also synchronized. So like no problem, just like few minutes of configuration, and you have all data in activity timeline and all task projects on this timeline. As well as like easily spot capacity bottlenecks by person, scale, or position. So you could add the name of your colleagues, their position, and tags. So here you can see that different countries, their skills, and you could add also their positions like developer, QA, etc. So for example, here, just because right now it's slide, so I can't click on the person, but here you could see the position of this person. So it's very also useful for big teams, because you can't remember which position is the same person, and just click on the person and see this kind of thing like skills, tags, and location. And in the future, if here you could see another models of of activity timeline, it's reports. You could choose and synchronize this data to create reports. It's mainly for project managers, but you could create it if you're just like user of Jira, like employee in some company. You could also use it to see to see reports for different purposes. You could choose between many reports. So here's like one of them. It's resource utilization report, and see how like what is the progress of the project, what is utilization rate, and how many hours people like spend for this or that project. And right now, I would love to share about real results with activity timeline. For example, it's a company, Serious Technologies, and they started to use activity timeline because of different reasons. They have a challenge. Here. You could see that most of us could face with this problem, but his their problem was that I'm sorry. Their problem that they don't have any visibility into project timelines. They have resource conflicts and missed deadlines because of their poor capacity planning. They can't see what's going on with their projects and plan in normal way. So they decided to try firstly like free trial, and then they bought activity timeline to improve their capacity planning. So here you see their opinion and about implementation of activity timeline. So it was very smoothly, and after implementing activity timeline, they transformed to a weekly planning. And the best part, if I know, like Michael told me, you have many technical people there, so with very with APIs integration, it's very seamless and no more manual updates. So you could see different results with this company, what they achieved. So their outcome, it's proactive resource planning. They save 5-7 hours per week for project managers who usually plan their capacity and time tracking. Then they reduce project delays by up to 30%. So it also helps them to meet the deadlines and improve resource utilization by project managers. So right now we'll start with Q&A session. I will be very happy to reply to your questions. And if you have any, I will be very glad. Michael, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Questions? So I'll go first, Julia. So what's the difference between the offering in these versus what is offered in Jira roadmap,
Can you please repeat, because it's
which is
very...
so my question is, what's the difference between this app versus what is offered on Jira roadmap, which is inbuilt?
between Jira Plans and activity timeline? Yeah or no?
Yes.
Okay. So as I mentioned here, for example, if you firstly for activity timeline, you don't need to have a Jira Premium, Jira Enterprise. It's quite costly apps. So, for example, if you have you could use Jira Plans, and you will see have sorry, just like try to find it. Oh, yeah, and you will have this view inside of Jira, um, but it's suitable only for small teams without many projects. If you have a small team and you have a Jira Enterprise or Jira Premium, you could use Jira Plans. You will be satisfied with this. But in case if you don't have Jira Premium or Jira Enterprise, and you have a team with many colleagues and you have many projects, you will have a mess. Like here, I show. Oh, sorry, I show it on this slide. You will not meet the deadlines. You will not have a proper visibility of the people's workload, and you will not finish your tasks, your projects in time. So yeah, it's answer.
So this is available on Jira Standard, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and you could have it like for Jira Cloud, like for Jira Data Center. We support 2 versions, so it's suitable.
There's a question here.
Hello, I'm Vincent. I was asking, how does Jira Planner improve team collaboration compared to traditional Jira board?
Michael, can you repeat the question of the person
Yeah.
because it's very noisy? Sorry.
You have to come.
Oh, sorry. I was asking, how does Jira Planner improve team collaboration compared to traditional Jira board?
Did you get that?
Yes, I got it. Yes. So I could right now share like the screen. Right now you see the screen with the plugin, not like presentation. Yeah. Michael,
Yeah.
can you?
So the question.
Yeah. So here you could see the plugin activity timeline. It's like you see as a mirror, and you could choose like apps and choose activity timeline here. Sorry, some connection. Yes, could choose activity timeline here, and you will see activity timeline. And why people prefer to have this plugin? It just not everyone needs activity timeline. It's a plugin. It's not a huge software like Jira. So why you need activity timeline? If you have a big team in different companies, in different countries, and you need to plan to plan the tasks, to plan like when you need to finish the project, to have visibility who is doing what and when it's going to be done. Activity timeline should be very useful in this case. So here, except of planner, so here you could see like the features that I mentioned before in the presentation. If you have more detailed questions, I will be happy to reply about this. Then you could switch to workspace, and every individual could see their own workspace and their task. So for example, here it's my project, so I could see like a sample product mobile development and see this like how many hours per day I use it. And for example, I could also log my work here. I know for many developers, etc., it's not very, they don't really like to log work, etc., and it's very complicated. And a good thing, like if you use use activity timeline or Jira, you could log work directly here, and it will start to count directly from Jira, and it also counted here. So I know some companies, they ask that you need to logged hours. So activity timeline in this case also like easy way how to do this. The next things, like the next modules like timesheets, it will be more useful for project managers, because what they need to show and prove that, okay, to predict how much time and how many people they need for this project, to see the progress of their project, their project, like planned with the actual, like in reality, like how, what's going on, how many hours they need to spend for this project, to know that they will be in time, as well as, for example, approval progress. Just I will show you in the reports part, uh, to show how it's good with, just like this web report, just generated. Sorry, it's because I chose just administrator. Sorry. Amazing team, American man. Let's try like this. Yes, for example, like resource utilization forecast. So here you could see how many hours people use for this project, and in persons as well, in percents as well. And I will show you another, like for example, this one is the best one for different types of companies. So like this, voila. So for example, project manager, he or she needs to have very detailed log reports, so they could see what is the status of the project, if it's closed, approved, etc. And you could also configure who could see and who could approve the projects, close it, etc. So like different roles. So for example, regular users can't approve the project like by yourself. Oh, I've done this task. Okay, I just approve this, it's done. No, project managers will check it and approve it. But you could use it or you can't use it. It's your choice, where this app very flexible, customizable to your needs. So it's your decision if you would like to do this or no, and you could see who approved this, right? As well as if you work with outsourced companies and you need to pay for this type of task projects, you could also add these categories, as well as the name of the person, dates, name of the project, name of tasks, and how many hours per day they spend. And you see here like kind of summary of this. And for like I choose a few teams, so you could see it's for a few teams. So it's one of the example of the reports that I could share with you. So in our case, our app is suitable for different sizes of the companies. Like if it's like small company, very small team, 10 people, yes, it's not very suitable for them. They could just use Jira and it's fine. But if they have like some medium size or big size company, many projects, many employees, for the teams, it's must have not to have the chaos in the between the task, and could predict when the task will be done, who is doing what and when it's going to be done. This app will help you to answer this question. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Do you have any other questions?
Yes,
Maybe
yes.
the last one. How in regards of integrating third parties, e.g. GitHub, how does it go?
Sorry?
Maybe if I want to integrate other tools like GitHub in Jira Plan, how does it go?
How you could get the app? Sorry, integrate with.
So the question is asking if you wanted to integrate other third-party app like GitHub or GitLab to log in work. How does that work?
So our app works only with Jira. So with Jira, it's very easy connection, integration. So you just visit just a second. Make it, mm, make it- Okay, I will show you from my. So you could integrate it with Jira, with Jira Plans, and with Tempo. For example, if you had Tempo before, you could also make this transition from Tempo to Activity Timeline. So it's our page on Marketplace. So here you just click try it free and get free trial for 1 month. And if you started a trial and you have any questions how to with integration configuration, we have very fast support team that live in the same local zone as you. So you will have the answer in maximum in 1 hour to your questions, as well as you could book a demo, free demo that will like show you like step by step how to do the different modification, how to add your team, how to add people there, and try to and see like the difference how it helps you. So like free trial is very good option to understand if you need it, if it helps you to discover your use case. But as well as if you have some additional data that you need to add with app, we have API REST. So like from technical perspective, you could kind of play with the code and as data as well, like from GitLab and etc.
So you have to add that data manually, or
Sorry?
do you have to log in manually if you are working on GitHub or GitLab?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
So since you said you cannot integrate these apps, you're using activity timeline. Do you have to log in the data manually?
You could use it just with the Jira. So if you are a user of Jira, you could use it directly. Like here, I showed like it's integrated into Jira directly. So you could just like open the apps and choose activity timeline, like as other like Slack and it's other apps. But you can't open activity timeline from GitLab, for example, because as you asked me, because it's plugin for Jira.
Any other question? Okay, please come forward. You have to be close to the laptop.
Okay, so I had a question. Like, if I have a team and we don't have the standard version, the enterprise or the premium version, Atlassian, we access the Jira Plans.
No, they can't have access to Jira Plans if they don't have Jira Premium or Jira Enterprise. But they could have activity timeline.
So like for example, if I have the premium version, is it a must like for my team to have the premium version also?
If you have Jira Plans and you have Jira Premium, if it's a must for you to have activity timeline, or it wasn't your question?
Is it a must for my team to have the premium version or the enterprise version
For you to use
for my team?
if you have gotten activity.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think the question is if he gets the activity or the app from Relics, do you have to get for each member or how does it work?
Okay, now I understand. You could choose here, like because I need to sign in, etc. It will take some time. So, like in Marketplace, I don't know. I hope you already use Marketplace from Atlassian. So here it's like you could choose different products, different apps for like Jira, for Confluence and other products by Atlassian. So here, when you just click try it free, you could choose how many, because I didn't log in, so I can't but you can see for how many users you need to have this app. So, and the price depends on the firstly, you will have free trial, so you don't need to pay for any users. But then, like after 1 month, you will mention how many users you will have in this app. So the price will depend on this. So usually, like people choose like the team. They could like test firstly for the one team, and I don't know how many users, like 20 users, for example, and choose mention 20 users. Is a, you will confirm it, and it will be possible for this amount of people. Yeah, and they will transfer from your Jira. So you don't need to do that in manual way to add every person, etc. You could add additional tags, like for example location and their position, but as for other stuff, it should be like synchronized from your Jira, so you will have it in activity timeline like automatically.
Okay, one more question. Like,
Mhm.
uh, can I, depending on the plans, is it depending on the plans, or is there a limit on the number of people that can be in my team? Is there
No,
a limit?
no, there are any limits. Like we have some limits, but it's for huge many amount of users. So like no of our clients ever like had like overlap this limits. So usually like all users were accepted and like transferred from Jira to activity timeline and synchronized without any problems, without any limits.
Good. Okay. And one more question.
Mhm.
Okay. I think no more question. Please give a lot of applause to our presenter today.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Yeah, I will just one more the last thing, like just to finish my presentation after the QA session. So Activity Timeline is Platinum Marketplace partner, and we are trusted by teams around the world. So you could see here right now we have a solution partner as well in Africa as well that could help you with implementation of activity timeline. It's not from Kenya, but it's from the south of Africa. It's Mariko, the name of this solution partner. So just in case you will have the people who could help you with implementation as well. And what is the next steps you could do after the implementation? Here, you could see QR code. So right now, you could use your phones and scan this QR code that will lead you to the same marketplace page, activity timeline. There, you could read more about our app and see if it's useful for you, and start free trial. After this, like when you see that you need help from my side or from the technical team, you could just click the support and text them or book a demo. For sure, they will help you as much as possible and even show you even more features and things like you could do with activity timeline. Or you could also drop me a message on LinkedIn. Here is my profile. You can scan it and text me directly with your questions or desires. Some you could text me, and I will help you as much as possible. As well as I have like some unique offer for you. So if you decide after your free trial that you would love to continue with activity timeline, and you would like to buy this app and use it for your teams, we'll offer you like 15% discount. You just need to mention it, text me or text to the support team that I visited a community event in Nairobi, I see the presentation and I would love to buy it. So we'll share the promo code with you and you will buy it with 15% discount. So it's a good thing to have if you decide to continue with us. I'm super happy to be here with you and thanks a lot for your questions. Unfortunately, I'm not in person with you, so it will be much more easy to interact with you when you see the audience. But at least like this, who knows, probably one day I would love to visit your beautiful country, and safari is in my bucket travel list, so one day for sure. So yeah, as I mentioned, like feel free, drop me a message and explore activity timeline and Jira Plans if you decide like to upgrade your Jira account. But yeah, I will be very, very happy if this app will help you to improve your capacity planning and time tracking in Jira. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Julia, and that was a wonderful presentation. Until next time, bye-bye from us.
Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy the event if possible.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you so much.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.